In this POV tattoo session, we are going to be talking about this Bane tattoo. Now, the needles that I used are, as always, a 3-round liner, 5-round shader, 7 curved mag bug pin, 13 curved mag bug pin, a 23 curved mag bug pin, and then I had a 5-round shader and a 9-round shader. The machine that I was using was a Bishop Wand Packer, and I was running that at 7.5 volts. Now, as you can see, there is some neck that has already been done. I did skip this because it's not something that you've, not seen before on the channel. It was all done 13 curved mag bug pin, and just, building up those tones pretty damn gradually. But here we are on the mask. Now, this entire mask was done with a 9-round shader and a 5-round shader. I did have the 7 curved mag bug pin in there just for a few bits, especially for the open areas, and the strap on the left hand side of the mask. But all the piping was pretty much done with just round shader. I think I may have introduced a free liner in there also, just to get into some really tight areas. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, doing this mask was god awful. I enjoyed the process of doing this tattoo. It's not like I didn't enjoy the tattoo, but this mask took absolutely ages. And when you're an artist like I am, I can't skimp on details and what I see, so I tried to put everything that I can in there. And yeah, I think this mask ended up taking something, stupid like half the session to do. But here we are texturing in one of the pipes on the side of the mask. When I do my texture, I am always laying in my texture first. Now, I don't know about any other artists, but I find layering in my texture first and then putting my tones over the top works a lot better than doing it in reverse. If I, put texture on top of tone, I find it really hard to see the texture that I'm putting in. Can see that I've got my apprentice putting out more pigment. When you're on a long session like this, your pigment tends to get contaminated, it tends to get watered down with plasma and blood and stuff like that, alright? Always nice to put out fresh pigment midway through your session so you've got the same consistency. Now, I wanted to show you more, but as you can see, the angle of the GoPro was wrong, and it was like this for a good few hours, so I do apologize for that. But moving on, now you can see I am on to the forehead. I'm just mapping in the tones at this point. You can see that there's no stencil there anymore. My stencil is completely gone, which I didn't really need it, to be honest. It's it's just a bald head. It's not anything overly complicated. But I'm just mapping in the tones on the forehead, mapping in where the wrinkles are on the forehead. And yeah, just gonna town. Now this is where I've banged out the 23 curved mag bug pin. I absolutely love this needle. It's one of my favorite needles. I use it for saturating big large areas like what you're seeing. The 23 curved mag bug pin for me is one of those needles. It's like the 13 curved mag bug pin. It's just, there's just something about this particular needle. I use it pretty much on every tattoo. If I'm not using it on, say, the inside of a portrait like I am now, I am definitely using it on the background. The 23 curved mag bug pin, like I said, I use for big areas, but I also use to fully saturate larger areas also. It is just such a good needle to use, and I highly recommend, if you don't use a 23 curved mag bug pin, then trying them out. Now I've switched to the 7 curved mag bug pin just to texture that skin a little bit. He had like some dirt on his face and stuff. And now finally we are on to the white. Now me personally with white, I only ever do things that are shiny or wet. I know a lot of artists, you know, tend to bang a ton of white into their tattoo, but I really think that when it comes to white, less is really more. So obviously in this case, the mask being metallic, the white went, you know, quite a bit of white went in there. I did a few dots in the eyes, but I'm always pretty minimal on white. I believe it just gives a better effect, a more realistic effect than, you know, packing in a load of white into a massive highlight. On animals, I'm definitely putting white in that nose. The nose is wet. I'm definitely putting it on the tongue, around the teeth, in the gums, stuff like that. Same with humans. If you are doing a human portrait, anything in the mouth, it's wet, so I'm using white there. So I'm pretty much using white just for areas like that. But I honestly, through the entire session, could not wait to get to this point. Like, we all look forward to putting white in, but I knew that as soon as white went in on this mask, it was just gonna take it from looking okay to another level, and I honestly couldn't wait. But guys, that is all for today. I'm gonna let this video play out. If you have any questions, by all means, bang them in the comments, and if I can answer, I definitely will. If you've liked this video and you are new around here, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to like this video. If you are wanting any added extra benefits, you can join my Patreon. The link is in the description. You will get access to a private Discord server where you have my attention 100% of the time. Well, not 100%, because, you know, I do work, but you get it. But guys, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out. Much love.